Alright, we're going to try to clean some cloudy headlights on a 97 Chevy K1500 Silverado Z71. I tried doing them the other day with baking soda, and it actually did clean them up a little bit. So they may not get much clearer. I don't know what they originally looked like. They look like, to me, they're oxidized. So we're going to try the crisp fix method. We're going to wet sand this with 400, 600, and then 2000 grit sandpaper, and then we're going to clear coat it. But you have to wet sand it, so you've got to keep the headlights wet, you got to keep the sandpaper wet, and then you do it circular motion first and then horizontal after that. But we're going to see how this works. You can see the milk coming off of it, so there's definitely some oxidization on it. You're not applying a lot of pressure, you're just firmly doing it. You're not pushing super hard. You can see the milk's coming right off. Alright, that's past one. You can see definitely got milk. Alright, did circles, now we're going to go horizontal. I'm using a spray bottle filled with water to keep everything wet. Again, just you're pressing a little hard, but not hard at all. Just firmly. You can see the milk just coming right off. Definitely seems to work. Alright, now we're going to switch to 600. Remember, everything's got to be wet. So I got to respray this and then respray this. Now we're going to do horizontal. So you can definitely see the milk. Rinse them off, turn it off. You may notice they don't look all that clear now because we're scratching them. Until we go back and add the clear coat at the end, you're not really going to see any clear. It's going to get pretty much cloudy. The only way you know you're doing anything right is you're getting that milk to come off. Alright, now we're going to do 2000, and again, everything wet. I want to clean this pretty good to make sure there's no, once we're done with this, we got to clean it with a lint-free rag or rubbing alcohol. Make sure there's no plasticulate, I think that's the word, before we do a clear coat. But we're going to do another wet sanding with the 2000. You can see the milk still. Alright, now we're going to go back and do horizontal. Alright, finished. We're going to rinse this off, dry it off, and then clean it with rubbing alcohol. Why? Because it dries fast. And I'm sure you're looking at, and those look like crap. They're like really cloudy. Well, yeah, they're going to be. Until we clean them with the clear coat. So you're going to take some rubbing alcohol, put on a lint-free rag, and then you're going to wipe them down real good. And this kind of gives you a preview of what they should look like when you're done clear coating them. but we use alcohol because it evaporates quickly. So we're hoping that is what they're gonna look like. All I've done here is just take a large, lawn leaf garbage bag, cut it open. I'm gonna use that to make a template around the headlights to protect it against spraying the clear coat everywhere. And then we'll tape it down, and once we get a nice firm cover, then we'll cut out the places for the headlights, and then we'll clear coat it. All right, you see I just kind of taped it down. I'm going to cut out the headlights so they're exposed, and then I'll tape it around again. All right, got it taped off, protected from overspray. I'm going to do a nice slow blast. And we're using Rust-Oleum Universal Advanced Form of Clear Double Top Coat, any surface, any angle, fast drying, UV protection against wood, metal, plastic, masonry, high gloss. And what this is supposed to do is fill in all those scratches we just created. I don't know about you, but that looks like night and day. See how it dries. Huge difference. You actually see the bulbs. Alright, here's the one with the wet clear coat. And here's the one I'm going to do next. And mind you, this is the one we cleaned with baking soda yesterday. Take till it passes, get all this, and then spray it and do horizontal. And then we're going to go back and do horizontals. Look for the milk. See milk, you're doing it right. Alright, we're going to go to 2000. We'll clean this up first. I'm going to finish with the 2000, then we're circular, then horizontal. Make sure everything's wet, including the sandpaper. And we've done our circular, now we're going to do our horizontal. Make sure everything's wet, then we'll dry with lint-free cloth and rubbing alcohol and get it prepped. Alright, see how nice and cloudy they are. We're going to now do the rubbing alcohol, get all the plasticulate. If that's not a word, I just made it up, but I don't care. Plasticulate off, and so then we can prep it and clear coat it. We get a nice preview of what the finished product is going to look like when you do this. So if it doesn't look clear enough to you when you're doing this, you might need to go back and do a little bit more sanding, but they weren't crystal clear when I did the other side, so I think these look pretty good. And I'll let that dry while we put down the paper. think I screwed up. I think I'm supposed to put a couple of coats. I've only done one. I'm gonna do my second coat. It's been 5 minutes. We're gonna let that go. Let it dry, and we'll be done. Alright, second coat is now dry. And this is like the finished product again. Very good. Much improved. Very happy. And with 2 coats on this one, it should last a while. You have to put the clear coat on it to keep them from turning yellow again, otherwise they're just gonna yellow right back up. And this also fills in all the scratches, so you have to use it, otherwise it doesn't work. But big difference. And I'm gonna even the turn signals, I mean, it's a gigantic difference. Since I screwed up and didn't do the second coat on the first lights, I gotta do it again. So I've retaped, I'm gonna do it one more. Alright, finished product. Everything's dry. Well, it's not really dry, it's just sort of dry. And we'll probably won't be fully cured and dry for, I don't know, at least a day. Wouldn't recommend you take it on the highway and drive 70 miles an hour until it's been dry for a full day. Also, I got a lucky day in November. It's like 73 degrees today and no humidity. So, but man, what a difference. Highly recommend that. So if you take it to a shop and they're not actually sanding it and then clear coating it, it's not worth paying for it. It'll just come back. It'll only be temporary, whatever they're doing. Just ask some questions. But anyway, do it yourself. I think it took me, I don't know, 2 hours total. You probably can do it faster than me.